What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Football Capital, and we are back for another Premier League review show. I am joined with the lads once again. Game week 2, boys. Well, not the best for some of us on the panel, but we got two smiling faces in Damien and Ferdy there. Liverpool kicking off the round with a 2-0 win over Burnley, boys. Convincing win, I think. Once again, Salah showing what he can do, even though he didn't get a goal. I think one of them was just about offside. But at the end of the day, Liverpool got the job done. First game at Anfield, full stadium. We seen that annoying "You Never Walk Alone" song being sung loud and proud. What are your thoughts on the game, Damien? We'll go over to you. Liverpool, 2 from 2, going into the Premier League. Not a bad start.
Yeah, 2 from 2, man. Can't complain. It was just awesome to see the fans back in the stadium and like goosebumps when you heard "You Never Walk Alone" singing. It was really good. I think it showed with the performance of the players. Like nothing. The whole 90 minutes, I'd say we dominated the game. The players, yeah, they really thrived off the fans. It's always been that case for us, but yeah, it was good, man. It was a good result.
Ferdy.
Yeah, man. Same as Damien, man. First 2 games, 2 wins. The scary thing is, man, we still haven't fielded our strongest side. We're still fielding players like, we still got Matip, had Gomez come on. You got the centre mid, man. Like, I can't remember the last time we saw our centre mid in the first 2 games that different as well.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting. There was no Ox even on the bench this week as well. But I'm pretty excited moving forward. When with Naby, as long as he stays injury-free, we got Canary coming back in the centre back. Let's see what happens.
What do you guys think of your players that have come back from obviously Van Dijk? How do you think he's going? And do you think he can still have that same performance as he did before his injuries?
Definitely, man. But I just don't think we've even hit 80% yet. Like we've been playing well. Like Damo said, we dominated the whole game on Saturday night, but we should have put in a whole lot more goals. But it doesn't seem like we've actually hit that gear, the 100% gear. And that's what I'm actually pretty happy is that we're getting these sort of results and we haven't even hit 100%. But we're going to have to by this weekend because we're coming up against a really strong Chelsea side.
Damo?
So we haven't been tested yet. That's
the boys that have
still haven't been tested.
Back from injury, you got your Van Dijks, your Gomez.
Yeah, of course.
Who else?
Like Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Well, Matip was out most of last season as well. But yeah, man, very impressed with the back line. Like we struggled to fill a back four last year. And now that we've got
what's his name?
Makeshift back four, really, because we don't know what our strongest back four is yet. It's been good. 2 clean sheets. Tsimikas has been unbelievable for us, man. Like going into Chelsea next week, I'd honestly start him over Robertson, even though we saw him surprisingly on the bench. I think you can't just chuck Robbo in, 3 games into the season. We thought he was going to be out for a bit longer, but Klopp has his mind games and whatnot, so it was good to see him on the bench. But yeah, it's been good. Like a pretty questionable midfield, to be honest. Once again, Harvey Elliott got his debut. It was a bit shaky at the start, but he really worked into the game. And with our second goal, I think when Mane scored, he had a big part to play there. So
he got the assist for Salah's goal, which was ruled offside. Slipped him a nice through ball there. But yeah, you had a bit. Go, Seba.
Confirmed starter. Is Jota the confirmed starter now for Liverpool?
It looks like it. It looks like it, man. And do you know what? I don't think you can. He hasn't done 2 games, 2 goals. You can't. He hasn't done anything wrong to say to not start him. But when Firmino has come in, he's put in a shift as well. Last week he scored. This week how long did he get? Did he get the same amount of time this week as well, or a bit less? I think a bit less. But I reckon, I know Rami's spoken about Jota before as well. I mean, you got to go with him. Like I don't personally believe that he's a number 9, but he's getting the goals. And at the moment, until I don't know, maybe are Liverpool looking to fill that role to get a number 9 in, a proper number 9, and maybe Jota is that player just for the meantime. He's doing the job at the moment, so you can't really complain. It was a great header. It was a great ball in by by your left back, LRE. He whipped one in, and it was a great header by probably one of the smallest players on the field as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it was
that striker's instinct to be in that spot for that goal. To be honest, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's very versatile. Very versatile.
yeah. Look, Rami, looking as a rival perspective, Liverpool. Look, to be honest, I know the opposition that they're playing haven't been the best, but still, you gotta play what's in front of you. But do you think Liverpool do need to make a few more signings? I mean, there's like 7 days or 6 days to go, a week left. This transfer window, do they need to get bodies in, or do you think this is a team that could challenge all the way to the end? Because Liverpool might be thereabouts. Once they lose Mane and Salah in the African Cup of Nations in January, is that where Liverpool might fall back and crumble just a little bit behind the pack?
Look, I don't think they need too much injection or too many players injected into the squad. You look at their backline, I think Tsimikas is very impressive. I agree with Damo. I wouldn't start Robertson ahead of him at the moment. Same point that you made about Jota. He's done nothing wrong. He's done everything right. So I wouldn't be starting him on the bench. I really like the partnership Matip and Van Dijk. I think Matip really complements him in the backline. And Alexander-Arnold, as always, world class. One of the best at what he does in the whole world. I definitely by far believe that. The thing they need to fix is their midfield. Elliot, Henderson, and Keita. Keita hasn't stepped up off the mark yet. Elliot, new player, but he's not a player that you want in the squad when you're challenging for Premier League, Champions League, and whatever else you're challenging for. So, as a starting 11, if they sign an extra midfielder or two, I think they have a great starting 11. Obviously, Thiago coming off the bench, still shaky about what's happened with Thiago and whatnot. I'm sure he'll get better this season. He'll have a good season, I believe. But I do think they need one more midfielder. I do think Jota is the 9. My problem is not their 11. My problem is their overall squad. Do they have enough to contend Premier League and Champions League and do it all with no injuries and whatnot? Because I'm not convinced with their depth whatsoever. But as a starting 11, they look solid. The backline's solid. Their attack is solid. They just need that extra midfielder or two. And I think they have a great squad. Yeah, they're one of the top 4 favourites in the Premier League. They can win the league, of course. But to do all of this with the squad and depth of both that and Champions League, that's a big ask. I think so.
Damo, do you see, like Rami was saying there, Jota looks like he might be the number 9 going forward, maybe for the next couple of weeks. Is there a system that Klopp can play? Because he doesn't really change his systems too often. I've always criticised him about not having a plan B. You know, he's proven me wrong at times. But I think, do you think that Firmino can sit in maybe next to Naby Keita or maybe next to Thiago with Henderson just behind and play all 4 of them on the pitch at the same time? Because we see it with a little bit at United, trying to fit your best players on at the same time. City, we've seen it a lot with City as well, rotating players around to try get them all on the same on the field. Do you think that's a possibility with Firmino coming into maybe the 10 or 8 role?
Man, I think it sounds good on paper, to be honest. Yes, I'd love to see Firmino on the starting 11 with Jota as well, but I don't think we'd see that happen this season. We just don't play with a 10, an out-and-out 10. We just don't do it at the moment. I think Firmino, he's good defending from the front, but can you do the role in the midfield and track those runners? He's not going to do the job of a Henderson or a Milner or even Naby Keita. Once Fabinho comes back in, he'll slot into CDM. And with Thiago Henderson, I think we do got a couple more numbers in the middle. But yeah, man, it's interesting because Firmino is a starting 11 player. Now we've got Jota who's doing a job, doing nothing wrong. Where does he fit? Yeah, he was still smiling and laughing on the bench. But I think any professional athlete, you can only take that for so long. So let's see what happens when European football comes in.
That's true. You reminded me, like Fabinho is a massive, massive addition as well. You still don't have him in the midfield. So.
Yeah, but why can't they? Like, why wouldn't you do it? If you need, like, let's be like Liverpool looked comfortable, but there was a little, just a moment where Alisson almost fumbled it and gave it to him, and I think Woods just put their header wide or something. I think it was, and then obviously they got that goal that was ruled offside as well. You got little margins that go other teams' way. Then you're going to be looking to put on Firmino and all 4 of them on at the same time. Maybe then it's going to be a bit too late. I think having Firmino in, you could even outplay teams, outrun teams, and even outscore teams that what he's doing at the moment. Even though, let's be real, he's getting the points, which is especially at the start of the year with obviously Euros, a lot of players not fit, everyone players are still coming back. Obviously, we don't know what's happening with transfers. You would want to, like United now, we're playing the catch-up game. You don't want Liverpool to slip up, even though they haven't, to slip up behind because 1 or 2 goals that they could have got with Firmino on the field. Because, to be honest, Firmino hasn't done anything wrong to not start. It's just that Jota is getting the goals. And I think a lot of people just look at the stats and go off that. So, I don't know. It's a good headache for Klopp. Let's be real. It's a good headache for Klopp to have at the end of the day. But it'll be good. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see with all four of them playing in the starting lineup.
I was going to say, going back to what you guys were saying before about not starting Robbo against Chelsea, I'd start Robbo against anyone, bro. I think he's number 1 in the team. So basically, I reckon Marami's right against the midfield. We definitely need one more midfielder. And man, I've been asking for 4 or 5 years. I reckon we definitely need an out-and-out striker. If we just get an out-and-out striker, one midfield, I reckon we can compete in all levels. But as you guys keep saying, man, and we saw it last year, give us one injury to one of our major players, we're done for the season. It just takes the confidence out. Don't get me wrong, the crowd this year has made a major difference in regards to us especially. We're a kind of team that needs that crowd behind us at home and stuff like that. But one injury to Salah or Mane, Van Dijk, Kanate, Alisson, and I just don't see us competing.
Yeah, but why? How come they? All right, forget about the injuries.
You'll be all right, bro.
Nah, look, hey, Fatty, to your point, man, I don't think that's true, man. I think more so Van Dijk, Salah. If one of those get injured, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but let's
get injured. I think you're sweet.
Forget about the injuries.
They're missing 2 games.
Yeah, but forget.
They're missing 2 games for the African nation.
Okay,
really?
well, there you go.
Yeah,
I thought it was a bit more than that. Well, there you go. I thought it was a whole month.
Who would you slot into, Damien and Fadi? Who would you slot into that midfield and the striker role then? If that's what he's missing in your opinion, like who is it? That's realistic.
As a transfer or as a player they already have?
Transfer.
A transfer.
Transfer.
Something realistic. Don't drop Mbappe bombs here, please.
The Nike deal. The Nike deal's gonna pull through.
For us, I don't know.
The Nike deal's gonna. They're still waiting on that Nike deal to pull that Mbappe deal off.
You know what? Draxler, I could imagine coming, to be honest.
Yeah. Draxler in midfield, I reckon, is a good opinion for us. And any striker, man, bro. I was really interested in Werner before he went to Chelsea. Bro, Lukaku would have been a hectic signing, man.
It looks like Lewandowski's on his way out, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Was he with Klopp? Was he at Dortmund when Klopp was there?
Yeah.
Were they at the same time?
Klopp is the one who brought Lewandowski to Dortmund. He was playing in a low-level league before that.
So, how long does Lewandowski have on his contract? Like, is he about
1 year? He's on a free next year.
1 year left.
Yeah, free next year.
So the reason I couldn't say Lewandowski was the money, but with that free transfer, I guess it is viable, right?
Yeah, but Liverpool's never been that sort of club to sign a big-name player.
Bro,
we've never
free
been that
signing.
club. Bro, I wish.
Yeah, but times are changing. 30 times are changing. You don't know what can happen.
I think if we don't adapt, you fall behind, I guess. But
with Klopp there and you guys winning Champions League and then Premier League back to back and whatever, all that stuff, you better hope you can sign a big name.
Because I know you guys were rumored to Sao Niguez as well. That looks like it's kind of faded out of him leaving altogether, not just going to Liverpool, United, or even to Madrid. To Barca. That transfer, I don't know, it's gone a bit quiet on that end. But
what about Sol from Atletico? I mean, when we were linked,
that's right. Sao Niguez. That's what I was just talking about. He was.
I'd love to be linked with him.
Yeah, but it's not just being linked with him. You just need to grab a player like that because he's not going for 50 mil. We're talking about 30. If the rumors, are true. So I don't know.
You know what blows my mind, honestly? The one player that I reckon you guys could have done with and would have been quality is someone like Danny Ings. I think someone like that.
Bro, when he
take two, bro. Ings back. # Ings back.
Yeah, honestly, Ings should be back. Ings should be back.
He can come back, but he's not like. We're talking about like big players, man.
Liverpool need starting players.
Ferdy said it.
Yeah, but Liverpool need players that are going to start straight away. Liverpool are going to need starting 11 players. They don't need. I think there's enough players that are squad players or rotation players on the bench that can do it.
Out of Arsenal's hands. That's what I'll do if I was you.
Might be on
He's
his
on
way.
big money,
But
mate.
I think that Danny Ings could thrive with those kind of players behind there. I do think he can get those big numbers at the end of the season.
I do too.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Danny Ings, here we are.
Bring back Danny Ings. I reckon
Bring back Lambert, bro. Bring back Lambert, Liverpool boy.
And now Arnautovic were looking to come back to the Prem. Maybe you should grab Arnautovic. These are the level of players we're talking about going to Liverpool. Come on, boys, mate. You got to inspire to get the greats.
I don't know what's going on.
Like you should be telling me Mbappe is coming.
Lewandowski shows up next season.
To where?
Mbappe, forget it. But
He might-
Lewandowski,
Bro, I don't
reckon
see us signing no one.
Lewandowski might go to Blackburn because he just, that transfer that he missed out on. He
Right,
might go
it's gonna happen
fulfill that, cross that off his
Freddie,
list.
to your point, now that Lukaku's in Chelsea, maybe Werner is free. Who knows?
But I
No way
reckon
he
he'll
leaves.
fly
Nah.
on the Klopp. But we're not paying that stupid money they paid.
What? Well, can they get the money that they paid?
No, absolutely
Why
not. Not now, especially with
dropped.
COVID and everything. No way.
He's dropped even more. You never know though.
Guys aren't signing any big names, bro. If you sign Lewandowski, that's a dream.
Hey, I can see it happening. I actually think
Yeah,
that
of course, because the
will
whole
become
Klopp
a
thing as
possibility.
well, and he'll be a free agent, whatnot.
But I would love to, bro. I'd love it, but I don't see it
Yeah, of
happening.
course you would, bro. Of course you would. Anyone would love Lewandowski in this. Even Barca and Real Madrid would love Lewandowski in this.
Yeah, I'll take him. I'll take him, bro. It's all right.
But look,
He can be a backup to Greenwood if he wants.
no, thank you, bro.
Squad depth, maybe.
Squad depth, yeah, that's what I mean. Carabao Cup and Caramelo Cup, Koala Cup, and all them. Lewandowski can play in that.
Back to the match really quickly. It was it's such a relief, especially for Liverpool fans, because obviously Liverpool, their fans are a 12th man every time they play at home. It was such a relief, obviously playing at home, having the fans back, and I think that's what Liverpool was missing last season. Their fans, because without their fans, they're not as well as they are. I mean, everyone isn't, but Liverpool, I think, a bit more special when it comes to their fans, the connection they have with them, and the Klopp and all that. So,
Rami, what shirt are you wearing
you guys
underneath?
to see the fans back in.
What shirt are you wearing underneath? So, I don't know who you're supporting here, bro. I don't know. Jurgen Klopp t-shirts. No, you're right there. But you know what? I think everyone last year with no fans, everyone's home record was pretty bad.
Look at Sheffield.
Yeah, they got relegated. But I'm saying just in.
We're not looking at Sheffield anymore.
Yeah, we're not looking at Sheffield anymore. You might need to look at Sheffield for players, bro, because they got some decent players still.
Bro, I don't
You
know.
know,
Back to
was it Harvey Barnes, mate, or someone like grab him.
Saar, bro. I wouldn't mind Saar from Watford, to be honest.
See, he could be a good addition.
Take a
About,
Bobby
bro.
take
I would love
take
to
them
get
all,
Saar.
bro.
What
Great
do you
Division
mean,
2 team.
man? We passed these times.
Lewis Saha,
No, but
bring
as
him
in,
back.
A player like that, but bro, club brings in these sort of players, or our club brings in these sort of players.
I know, but I think
Expectations are lowered at Liverpool already 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
Damo knows what it's about. Damo wants the Messis and the Mbappes of the world,
I don't
and
want anyone at the moment, bro. We're fine.
you find Shaqiri's left, bro. So you need to fill in that hole. Shaqiri's gone to Leon. He's gonna enjoy his time there, punching on with the fans. But look, guys, Liverpool 2 from 2. Great start from Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp's team. So, look, the next game, Manchester City last week losing that 1-0 to Spurs. They bounced back. Bounced back this week, pumping Norwich 5-0. Yeah, they put 5 past them. Rested a few players too. Pep roulette at it again, fucking up everyone's fantasy. But look, straight off the kickoff, we knew he was gonna win. We had like Diaz and Laporte almost playing in that 10 and 8 role. Do you know what I mean? So they were that high up the pitch. They're getting nosebleeds. So complete domination, I think, from City. It's a bit sad to see Norwich coming in, getting two big teams at the start. Liverpool last week 3-0. Now again 5-0, and I think they might have someone a bit tricky again. Another big team next week. I'm not too sure. Sorry, this week should I say? But yeah, it's not a good start for them coming into the Premier League and getting slapped up 2 weeks in a row. But boys, City, they've changed the team up a little bit from last week. We've seen Laporte come in, that partnership with Diaz. That to me is a lot better than what we saw last week with Ake, and I think it's a better combination even with Stones. And even if Stones does come in, it's a lot better than what it was in game week 1. And
If those guys can't play with 3 in the back.
If you want to put but
they've got Cancelo and Walker, who it suits having a back four when you have players like Cancelo and Walker as your 2 and 5.
Yeah, but you have to play. You might have to play Walker out on the left though. Say that again, Damo.
I was saying, Rami was saying last week, like, you got players like Walker and Cancelo, like, at least this time they started and Walker was right back, Cancelo was left back, or vice versa.
We literally said that. Seba and myself were saying that. Seba and myself were like, why can't both start? They've got quality 2 and 5. Laporte and Diaz, bro. Diaz is so solid, man.
That's lethal, bro.
To think they have Stones as well on the bench and all these defensive options at their disposal, it's next level. And up high, you know, obviously we saw Grealish grab a little cheeky one, little FIFA goal.
They were all pro club goals. The way they were playing.
100 million finish or
£100 finish. Decent. You have to be on the spot. You have to be there, man. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
He was definitely there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And we saw obviously Bernardo Silva playing again, which massive question marks as to what his future was and what's going to happen with it.
Yeah.
He seems the goods, man. When he's on, he changes the midfield. He's a quality player, man. And I think if City get rid of him, maybe that goes back to the Livo talk, but Bernardo Silva in your squad would be amazing. But someone like Bernardo Silva, I think City should be holding on to.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll miss him that much, but still, regardless, like any of these players, if one goes, they'll be fine. Like,
I know what you mean. Obviously, Fernandinho is not playing as well. He was on the bench. Like, they've got options. They've got options for days. But where does his backline leave Nathan Ake? Is he even going to play this season?
He's not on their level.
He will. Look, Pep. We all know what Pep wants. Yeah, he didn't sign the contract to win the Premier League again, or to win the Carling Cup or the League Cup or the FA Cup. He's there to win the Champions League. And when you got players that you can rotate, like last week he plays Ake in, this week he changes it up, next week he might change it again. So you're not burning out players because I think
my fantasy team, I never have City players ever.
only it's either the keeper. It's only the keeper. Yeah, it's only the keeper or Diaz, which you know that even Diaz are questionable, but at least the keeper Edison's 100% starting. But this is what I mean with your squad depth. You might say, oh, what's going to happen with Ake? He will get games. You know, he will get games, and we saw. I can't remember that kid's name. I don't know if you got the squad there, Rami. Is it Cole Palmer? What was his name?
Palmer.
Yeah, he came on. So see, this is what I mean. Like, you got players that we don't even know now. He's trying to bleed in the youth a little bit to rest some of the main players for when they need to start playing Champions League, because that's what his main goal is at the end of the day. Last week they fell short. Last year, sorry.
Their bench and the depth options they have, especially in the backline perspective, is huge. Like, De Bruyne is injured. Fernandinho's on the bench. Riyad Mahrez came off the bench.
Sterling wasn't playing. He's the hard on the bench, I think.
Mendy, Stones, all these boys didn't play. They've got options.
They put 5 away with just Jesus.
Hey, they won the season. Bro. They won the league last season with just Jesus.
2 assists from Jesus this week.
But speaking of the transfer window closing obviously soon, and that do City need to make a snap buy before the window closes?
No,
Harry Kane.
It's not fair. It's already not fair.
Why isn't it?
No.
Bro, look at that. But look at that front.
Big time, bro.
But look at the front line. Just read the front line for me, bro.
2 matches, they lost 1 and they won 1. So we can't sit here and say, no, they don't need a signing. It's a bit of a bold answer, to be honest with you.
No, but bro, to be honest, one loss to City, bro. It's not like they're gonna go on a couple of games losses, bro. It's just one
but it's
loss.
not about that.
Yeah.
It's do they want to win? Do they want to win what they want to win? Is this team good enough to win Champions
Can I
League?
let me ask a question? Let me ask a question, boys. Let me ask you guys a question. I'm looking at the front three now. Obviously, they're gonna just in this game, right? In this game, Jesus, Grealish, and Torres. Does any of them, besides Grealish, because sometimes he plays in centre midfield, does Jesus and Torres start at Liverpool, or does he start at Chelsea, or does he start at United? He doesn't. Does Torres? No, he doesn't. You need
Fernando Torres, maybe, but that's it.
Fernando Torres. He's on the gear, mate. How big is he? Did you see pictures? Have you seen photos of Fernando Torres? Massive. I don't know. He went for the COVID jab. They gave him something else. But just on. Sorry, Rams. Yeah. If they bring in someone like Harry Kane. If they bring someone in like Harry Kane, that completely changes it. With Sterling on, and even Sterling, even at Liverpool, he wouldn't be starting like he does at City. Even at United, he won't be starting as he does at City. Do you know what I'm saying? So even like players like that, they need that player. And I think Harry Kane is that player. Maybe their midfield. I don't know if they wanna. I know they got Grealish that can fit in that role. They got De Bruyne coming back in, but it almost feels like, I don't know, Gundogan, Rodri, like Rami, you were saying, Fernandinho. He's got 1 year left on his contract. His legs maybe are starting to go. So maybe they need to bring in someone in that DM role as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, if they're going to splash 150 on Harry Kane, where else is the money going to, unless they sell players like you said, Bernardo Silva.
I'll call it from now, bro. If they keep this team as it is and they want to win Champions League and there's PSG's involved, but that's all they want right now. They don't want Premier League. They want Champions League. Pep Guardiola's not caring about Premier League right now. It's all about Champions League. So you look at this squad right now, you're versing your PSGs and whatnot in the world. This team's not winning Champions League. I don't care what anyone says. They're not winning the Champions League. Like, honestly, I'll take Chelsea's squad over their squad right now. In all seriousness, like, I don't think it's good enough. I think they do need a CDM, like you said. I think they need an out-and-out striker. You talk about Liverpool, they need an out-and-out striker as well, because their striker Jesus is getting 2 assists, he's not scoring goals. So I don't know. I think this is not good enough to win the Champions League. Can they win it? Of course, it's football, but I think they do need to make signings, man.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Even like we said, they've had star players out. De Bruyne one season, Aguero last season, and they still won the league. Even though they had a few, your Vincent Kompany's and all that there, David Silva. You never know with City and what Guardiola can do, but they win 5-0. They start their season off, got that monkey off their back with getting the victory there. And then, guys, on the same day, we had Palace 0-0 to Brighton. To Brentford. We also had Brighton 2-0 winning to Watford. That was a must-win for both teams there, to be honest, a 6-pointer. We also had Villa 2-0 to Newcastle. Newcastle, man, boys, I think Rami, was you saying, one of you boys was saying relegation, bro. They're not looking good, man.
They're in trouble.
They have some few good spells in the game where, it's almost like Callum Wilson is their go-to man. Did you get it's weird?
He missed an absolute sitter.
Missed the sitter early on.
Sitter.
Yeah.
And later on in the second half, I'm pretty sure too, man. Like, he was clear on goal, 1-on-1, hits it wide. Like, very bad finish. And
bro, besides St. Maximum and Wilson, who else is in the squad?
Do you know what, bro? I think
honestly, Shelby in that midfield.
But has he played? Has he Shelby?
Yeah, he played the first game yesterday. Yeah.
Did he?
Shelby's hanging out, bro.
But you know what?
Almiron is special.
Yeah, he's there. But they also got Fraser. Fraser was killing it at Bournemouth that one season, and then
wasn't Willock, whatever his name is.
He just signed there. They just signed him now. Yeah, from Arsenal. They just signed him.
But Fraser only had that one game, and that one game was against us. He came on.
No.
Fraser,
the first season at Bournemouth, before the COVID season, he was actually killing it. Fantasy points were through the roof. Yeah, all you got to say is the fantasy points. They told the truth. But
watching the game, he'd take the game by the scruff of the neck himself.
But now it looks like
very energetic.
after the season was paused, he refused to go back. He didn't want to sign the new deal. Even when I think they needed to take pay cuts or something, he didn't want to play, and Bournemouth got relegated. They were missing a lot of players then through to injury as well. Now Newcastle have got him, and we haven't really seen that Fraser that we've seen at Bournemouth. So, bro, Newcastle are in big trouble. I don't know what signings they're going to make in the next couple of days, if they make.
Is Steve Bruce gone for the 100th time from a club?
I just want him to do us a favour and sign Phil Jones. Just do us before you get sacked, before anything, just sign Phil Jones. We'll give it to you on a mad price, discount, yeah? Coupons and all. We'll give you all the codes that you need to get the 20% off.
I'll throw him a special offer, bro. Buy one Jones, get a fucking Daniel James for free.
Oh no, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
We missed him this weekend, bro. We missed him.
Did we? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, look, that was it. Then we had Leeds, boys. Leeds and Everton, a 2-2 4 goals in that game.
The fight, there was so much fighting intensity in that match, eh?
From minute one as well. From minute one.
Very exciting game.
Calvert-Lewin with the penalty. He got brought down. I think they went to check it. VAR, they brought it back. I think
checked it.
Did the referee give it? Yeah, but did the referee give it?
It was a penalty.
He grabbed his
It's a penalty.
jersey. He had jersey in his hands.
Yeah, no.
Penalty all day, all
It's
day.
not a
It's a
pen.
penalty.
Professional
It's soft.
from Cavalier, professional.
Bro, that's a penalty.
But the
all
penalty
day.
itself, the penalty
You're
itself
talking about
was cracker.
soft, bro. You got Mohamed
Yeah.
Salah on your team doing backflips every second. Bro.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There we
Hey,
go.
but have you guys realized this season that the referees are actually just like giving a blind eye to these little like
Yeah, the rules have changed.
Yeah,
Or the
VAR's pulled
lines
off
or-
a bit. They've come off a
yeah.
bit.
But a lot of midfield battles are being let go as well.
Yeah.
It's a lot more physical. It's good. It's good to see.
There
But
was,
Yeah.
maybe
there
sometimes
was
a bit
that.
too much.
Yeah, the Liverpool
Sometimes
game
a bit
where Tsimikas was on the floor and he somehow got up and beat all these players.
Ripped 4 players.
The ref let it go on.
Even when Bruno went down and led to the first goal, like it was just soft. He just fell.
Bro,
honest
don't
to
talk
God.
about that foul, bro. Don't talk about that.
That was not a foul, bro. That
Reckless,
was red.
reckless.
Like, I'm not even taking
Straight red from behind and all.
What's going on here?
The elbow, the elbow was just Conor McGregor for a second. But yeah, look, Everton.
Talk about the NRL.
Um,
But yeah, man, look back to Leeds and Everton, man. 2-2 was an awesome game, very competitive. Bro, obviously you saw
Couple banger goals.
like, Calvert
Decore
Lewis
there,
scored the penalty and he's celebrating like he won the finals. So it was
Yeah.
like it was a big match, man. But I like Leeds, man. I like Leeds. I like
love
the
them,
vibe
yeah.
in the squad. Obviously we smacked them last week, but that doesn't
Fuck
count.
Leeds.
But just in general, man, like
what
the
jersey
vibe
you
of the
wearing
squad,
underneath,
they're
Rami? What shirt are you wearing underneath? First it's Liverpool, now it's Leeds. I'm a bit confused, bro, sometimes. Oh, there it is. Rafinha. Yeah, Bielsa number one. Bielsa number one.
Last year.
Hey?
Leeds is more of the same of last season. They're going to
Nothing's
continue as
changed.
they were.
Yeah.
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 They're going to leak goals. They're going to score goals.
100%.
I reckon they'll do a few upsets this season, beat a few big clubs.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. They got the players.
Kind of squad.
They got the players.
But anyway, both teams grabbing the 1 point.
Yeah, getting the point there. Before we go on to the United game, we at the same time we also had Wolverhampton nil and Spurs getting that 1-0 victory again. Dele Alli penalty. We saw Harry Kane getting booed as he came off the team bus. Not sure what fans it was, to be honest. A lot of City chants were being sung as he got out of that bus, and he did. He got a little cameo at the end as well, Harry Kane. But they got the 1-0
He
win.
looked like the normal Harry Kane. He looked like a normal Harry Kane.
Nuno goes back to his old stomping ground and gets the victory against Wolves. Wolves, that's 2 losses in a row. Spurs, 2 1-0 victories in a row. They're looking.
2 good wins. Two good wins for Tottenham, bro. Like I know their performance wasn't amazing, but
They got the
the 6
result.
points.
And I know,
They got them against Man City and
yeah,
Wolves.
and I know Wolves have lost a lot of players as well, but going to Wolves, it's always hard, and they still got some heaps of decent players there.
they got quality
One in
players,
Ruben
man.
Neves that
That's
hopefully
squad.
he's at United by the time the window closes.
Man, Wolves is a squad with so many big clubs. I'm so surprised they haven't stripped them for their players. Honestly, like Ruben Neves, Matinho, Jimenez. Like these are players.
Jimenez looked good too, bro.
Neto.
Jimenez had a good few chances as well. It's good to see him back after that big injury that he had.
Yeah,
Traore is very overrated. He's
Yeah,
way
hard.
too
I agree,
appreciated.
Seba.
he's
Yeah,
just
another one,
he's
Mr.
just a physical specimen. That's all it is.
That's nothing else, man.
Hey,
he
I
missed-
told you.
Robbo put him on his ass, didn't he? Yeah.
But you even got for Wolves, they've still got Neto injured. You got Neto out, and I reckon he had an unbelievable year last year. I'd love to have Neto on our team.
Are you boys worried about
He was
any?
reinvigorated by him.
Damien's like, bro, we don't want small players.
Bro, we need depth.
He's like, what's this?
We don't.
I'll take anything we need right now, bro. We just need players.
That's the best, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring Lucas back, bro.
Honestly, what a player.
What?
Bring Lucas back, bro.
Liverpool legend, getting a hat trick against United or double legend, mate, legend status. Dirk Kuyt's son,
Oh, what a
he's
legend, bro.
Dirk Kuyt's son. Get him in early, bro, while he's still young. But yeah, look, Spurs getting the victory there. Then we moved on to Southampton 1, Manchester United 1. Boys,
Match of the round.
match of the round, yeah, for you guys for sure.
Any
Bit-
game Man United's in is the match of the round.
A bit disappointing, especially with the result that we had last week. Performance, a little bit disappointing as well. But do you just take these games? Is it just one of them days where, all right, it just didn't work out for you today? Or is there a bit more than that? Because the talk I'm looking at, and if some of whoever watched the watch along last night, manager's head's on the chopping block already after 2 games. Ollie out trending on Twitter. Yeah, standard. What are your thoughts, lads? Rami, you watched the game. You had a few comments on the chat. Tell the people what you think, man.
Bit dramatic with Ollie out. Like, calm down a bit, man. When everything's sunshine and rainbows, everyone's loving Ollie, and then one loss, or one not even a loss, a draw, and everyone's saying Ollie out, head in the chopping board. That's rubbish. I just think the overall match, especially the first half, it just seemed very frustrating. I feel like Bruno was walking on, like he was very frustrated. Pogba was frustrated. Fred looked frustrated. I think even on fantasy point of view, I believe this is Bruno's first time getting 1 point in fantasy. So it goes to show how frustrated his performance was. And I think it does come down to Ollie in this performance. The week before we played amazing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think he shouldn't have changed too much. He shouldn't have started Martial. I know everyone wants Martial to have an opportunity. Man, Greenwood in that 9 role, if it's not Cavani, it's Greenwood. Keep it as it is. I just don't think Martial was non-existent when he was on, so he came off. Sancho found it very hard to get involved in the game. Obviously, he came on into a very, very rough kind of match in the sense of United weren't playing great. So it was kind of an awkward game for Sancho to come onto and get involved. Didn't get much involvement at all. Wan-Bissaka was disappointing coming forward. I believe he didn't do much coming forward whatsoever. And I feel like Maguire kind of he finds time to have to overcompensate for Lindelof's lack of heading the ball. Every time the ball's in the air, Lindelof gets scared. Maguire has to cover somewhere else. And then where Maguire's meant to be gets exposed. And then that gets dug into. And it kind of falls all over the place. So I'm looking forward to the likes of Varane, into the squad, starting with Maguire. The likes of Cavani starting up front with Sancho and Rashford when he comes back to the squad. These are players we need back in. And I think in that midfield, I think we were missing McTominay. And I said this to Seba, we had the discussion. I don't think Matic is fit for United to be starting. I don't think he can do the role properly. McTominay, for me, is a much better option, and he looks more lively in the squad. He frees up Bruno and Pogba a bit more than Matic does because he can track back. He's quicker. He's hungrier because he's young. But look, overall, man, you have to give props to Southampton. They looked hungry. They looked really aggressive. They looked like they wanted to score. They wanted to win. They wanted to keep going, especially the first half. I just think, like you said, boy, it's an off day. I think we just brush it off, move on. Next game, bring it. 3 points has to be ours. And I think it's just an off day in the office. And the funny thing is, like, we're still 27 games undefeated away, even though we got the draw. So the record's still there. The vibe should still be fine. Yeah, all right, we're due to Southampton, but people need to calm down with Ollie out. And when Ollie goes out, everyone's like, why are we getting rid of managers for no reason? Like,
Seba, do you think with this lineup, going to Southampton, they obviously lost Vestergaard, they obviously lost Danny Ings, one of their 2 best players. Do we still need to play this 2 holding with whether it's Matic or Fred? When you looked at the lineup, what were your thoughts? Because I was thinking, I really wanted to see Sancho start. In my opinion, it's like if he's good enough for the bench, he's good enough to start. And you need to put your players in. I don't know, now that Pogba's playing a bit more on the left, we have to now leave a few players out. But in terms of that, in the conversations we're having on the watch along, is why can't we go at him from the start? Why are we too worried about having two defensive mids in when we're losing a player maybe higher up on the pitch? Do you think Ollie's still playing these 2 6s because of the Maguire Lindelof combination? And well, my personal opinion is I think he will, and I think he needs to once Varane comes in, which is the reason why you bought him, you don't need that safety net anymore in front where Maguire, like you said, Rami, Maguire has to compensate now because let's be real, I know 80 million, he's had his criticism, but Maguire has been, even through the Euros and the back end of last year, he's been very important for us. And he hasn't really put a foot wrong. I think he had one little shaky moment in this game, but overall, he hasn't really been that bad for us. And with him next to Varane, do we just play? Yeah. Do we need another player there? Do we need Camavinga? Do we need a Ruben Neves? Do we need someone like a Declan Rice or a Ndidi? rather than having this McTominay and Fred. Are McTominay, Fred, Matic, are they even good enough to start, or do we
McTominay
need
can do it
to?
on his own, believe me. McTominay can do it
On his own.
Varane and Maguire behind him, and he's got it, man. I'm telling you.
Well, it scares me that like just Varane coming in would change the entire shape of our midfield. Like that to me seems more disruptive. As good as Varane is, I think that it'll confuse the players where they should be. But I also don't see Pogba staying on the left all season, like as his starting proper role.
Did he even start on the left yet last night? I don't think he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Did he?
He did. Yeah,
I don't think he
he
started
did.
on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Oh, I'm pretty confident.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
Pogba,
yeah.
Pogba, Martial, and Greenwood, and then you had Bruno, Fred, McTominay in the just behind. I think it was.
Okay. So I think we can already do the one defensive midfielder. I think that when we play the two, the one that's supposed to be more holding and staying back gets a bit lost. You know, they get in each other's way, and then you see these deflections go in, like what happened with Fred. Now it's a freak goal, but we cop so many of those. United, I know you boys have seen it so many times in the last couple of years, like deflection after deflection goal, and that to me comes from like the confusion of these two players specifically. Fred, man, he doesn't cut it at all for me. Doesn't add anything at all, and I think that. Like, say, so Matic, with McTominay, I like that combination because I think Matic will unlock McTominay a bit more. But if we were to go the one at the behind the three in front of him, I think Matic for now could do that more disciplined than anybody else. More disciplined, you know.
Yeah, but
And
more
with
disciplined.
Varane behind him
Nah,
too.
it can't, bro. Like
And we have
Matic,
more attention,
Matic lost so
more
many
attention.
balls.
He-
Matic
the
gave
whole
so many
team
balls
runs
away
down.
yesterday too, bro.
Yeah, he
Like you
can't
asked-
run
Rami, man, he
Again,
slows
but again,
everything down. He slows everything down.
Look, yeah, fair enough. Like, if he's by himself, he does a better job. I guarantee you, he will see like more of a Chelsea style Matic if he has to do that by himself.
I
But again,
reckon.
it's in the brain.
But
It's
Chelsea Matic was 4 years younger. You can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to
I
say
understand.
that.
You look
I
at-
For me,
understand.
look, Seba, I really rate Matic. I really do, yeah. He's not a starter. He's someone you bring on 60th minute. If you want to kind of bring the game home, if you want to settle everything down,
close the
calm
game
it
out.
all down,
Yeah.
throw in Matic.
Yeah,
Well, I think-
but with him and McTominay though, like with them two, we can do that job.
Yeah, but then you're
Rotating
just
that
telling me
player.
you're just telling me we don't need to. Now you're telling me play both of them.
No. I mean playing one of them or the other. That's what I'm saying. Like between them two, they can do that role.
Yeah, but I just think
One game each.
he loses the ball. Matic he gives the ball away. Like if you look at Liverpool with Henderson, Henderson's not that flashy player, but he gets his completion rates. Simple. It doesn't have to be a Bruno pass or it doesn't have to be a Kevin De Bruyne pass where you're trying to split the
I
defense.
don't want it to be. I don't want it to be.
Yeah,
that
but this is what I mean. But
Go back-
Matic,
go back
there was
and
one,
look at the importance of
there was one mistake. Matic played it back, and they almost scored another goal in the first half. They almost made it 2-0.
Mistakes are gonna happen. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but you can't afford. You're already 1-0 down. Play the simple passes,
know.
and you can't get that right. And it's not. And this is the
Mistakes will
thing.
happen, man.
Matic is not good enough. Fred, not we're saying it. Yeah, he might be a good squad rotation player. He might do okay. I think
I don't rate him.
McTominay is probably the better of the three. But my personal opinion, we need a defensive midfielder. We need someone like the three players I mentioned or four players that I mentioned there with Neves, Camavinga. Camavinga is on his way out at a very good price. Maybe you bring him in, or you get Ruben Neves for 30 million. Why not? Get in Ruben Neves. He can.
Camavinga's too. He hasn't done enough yet to
But
establish.
I'll take Ndidi above all those players.
Yeah, but indeed, he's going to cost you money unless you want to splash the cash. They might Leicester might budge. But
we're not going to get another player this window, anyways. I'm just saying for what we got now.
we need to.
Like I
But this
said,
is what
I
I
think
need. This
we're
is
gonna bring
to fix some of the problems you might need to. Because all I'm hearing is it's Ollie's fault for you need to get a goal, but then the substitutions you're making don't work out. But then when they do work out, no one praises the manager. You know what I mean? Like all these, especially the last couple of minutes, we're trying to get a goal, and it's Ollie's finished. Ollie's a PE teacher. Ollie's this. Ollie's that. Sack him after 2 games. Like I get the criticism on the manager. I understand. But at the end of the day, Rami, you've coached as well, whether it's at the youth level or even in the NPL space. as a coaches, you send the message out in training, before the game, during the game. Now, if the player up front misses a sitter or can't put two passes together, you can't look at the manager and go, "Oh, it's his fault because your player can't make a 2-meter pass or they can't unlock this defense." He's got the tools there. The players are there for him. Whether he puts them on a bit too late, I think there was no point of putting on Lingard the last 5 minutes. I agree with that.
To be honest with you, bro, the 5 minutes Lingard was on, he looked more lively than Sanchez's half an hour.
Yeah, because he had Wan-Bissaka behind him, and they're not just the cover wasn't there. And yeah, you're right. Lingard came on, but
Sancho was a bit on the left though.
Yeah. He came on a bit on the left, but like, it's these things especially with the United fans, and this is the same thing. Like, and I'll bring it back to when Klopp first came in at Liverpool. They weren't doing great. What did you guys finish in the league? Fifth, sixth in the league, seventh maybe, something around there.
Beyond that now, though.
Hey, yeah, I know, but yeah, we're beyond that. But I'm just saying, he wasn't winning games, but Liverpool fans weren't criticizing him. Oh yeah, it's a building process.
Yeah,
Then he came to the point. Yeah, I get it. It's been 4 years, but by that time, because when Oli first got the deal, criticism. Why is he getting signed? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that?
On that note, didn't it take Klopp like 5 years to win a trophy?
Yeah, but
5, 6 years.
this is. But I'm not even talking. Yeah, but I'm not talking about what he done. I'm just talking about the fans in general. The fans gave Klopp time. Yeah, we'll give you time.
It's outrageous to say Ole out from a draw. That's
what I'm saying.
There's no one on this podcast that believes that. Like that's
not from this game.
That's stupid.
I think it definitely goes back to what Borcha said on our preview about the whole Premier League season. This is Ole's season. He has to win something. If he doesn't at the end of the year, then let's have this conversation about Ole out or not. Second round in, you draw against Southampton,
100%.
and it's Ole out, bro. Those fans kill me, man.
Bro, because last season, we lost our first game 3-1, then we drew to Wolves, and then we might have dropped points again in the third game and still end up coming first for majority of the season. Or a little bit of it. I'll correct myself. And we still ended up second. So I don't believe that this game personally is gonna, like, going back at the end of the season. We're not gonna be looking back at Southampton away and be like, that's where we lost the league. Let's be honest.
That's a common. Yeah, I was about to say these are the games that I judge that shit on.
Yeah, I think
But still, when you are watching the game, I think there was a moment in the first half where it came off the crossbar, was cleared off the line. I think 2 minutes later, Pogba had a chance within the 6-yard box. It was cleared off the line. If that goes in, United win this game 4-1, maybe 5-1, right? And then it's a completely different chat. Like, to me, this was just one of those games where
that's what I mean.
This wasn't happening. But for me, like, a more interesting point was, you guys would know, being United fans and watching, the ins and outs of Bruno. How does he react when shit isn't going his way and he's starting to get roughened up in the middle? That's probably the bigger question, because he's your biggest player. And all right, I know there's a lot of bullshit with Pogba and whatnot, but if he can perform in these games where he gets roughened up a bit, that will turn United seasons around, I reckon.
But I don't think Bruno had a bad game though. I don't think the thing is with other fans,
the frustration, it feeds off to the other players.
But him and Pogba set up the goal. Bruno and Pogba made the goal for Greenwood. So I get it. He gets frustrated, and he's got every right to. To be honest, he's got every right to, because
I get what you're saying, Damo, but he's very passionate when he plays the game. I completely agree. He's got to hold his cool when he plays, but when you get challenged and it's a clear foul and then they go,
it's not a foul
straight after it.
It's not a foul.
Bro, I'm getting red card.
It's not a foul. That's not a foul.
Yeah, to me, if that's the United's goal, I'm happy if they give it a goal too. Like, you can't.
It's not a foul though. Let's be real. It's not a foul. He stepped in front of him. And this is where it comes, like, with the frustration. Bruno gets frustrated because he opens up, makes space, makes a run, and then Matic kicks it out. Wan-Bissaka kicks it out. Luke Shaw kicks it out. Overcross.
He's playing with a bunch of duds around him.
That's what I mean. And it's not duds. It could be one of them games. Yeah, it could be one of them games where just nothing happens for you. But that goal that they scored, it's, why are you holding on for too long? Where are his options to pass? Where was Luke Shaw? Where was, I don't know, Maguire? Where was Fred? Where was Matic? All them to give him an option.
Even Maguire kind of dropped down to one knee when he went to shoot. I don't think he needed to do that either. But It was just one of those goals. Like, personally, for me, what annoyed me was I think De Gea had a quality game. He didn't deserve to cop a goal.
Yeah.
And then he went and copped a bullshit deflection goal that goes in. It ends up being a Fred own goal.
And he made a great save in the second half. Could have been 2-0 as well. Whose mistake was that? Was that Maguire's mistake or was it Lindelof? It was Maguire's mistake,
Maguire kind of slipped a bit.
Yeah, okay.
If I can say something on the United game, man, when I saw the team sheet with Martial starting, I'm like, why is this guy starting, man? And before I start, when Martial went to United initially, I was excited to see him play because he's a talent and he should be, and I've said this 100 times to the board chair and Rami, this guy should be 100 times better than what he is now. Like, the talent's there, but his attitude on the field, when he loses the ball, he doesn't come back and get it.
Bro, he's your number 9, bro. He's the number 9. What do you want him to track? Like, you want him to track back?
Bro, he's lazy. Bro, how many number 9s, not just Liverpool, how many number 9s in the league right now will come, I'm not saying come track back all the time, but come get the ball. If nothing's happening, come and try and make something happen. Try and come collect that ball.
Yeah, but you guys, you look at Ferdi. I know how you look at Martial, the way he walks. His whole gameplay is because that's the way he walks. That's the way he looks. He looks lazy. Let's go back to Berbatov. It was exactly the same.
Bro, has it helped him?
Yeah, but that's him, bro. That's how he runs. You're gonna criticize someone because that's the way they run or that's the way they do something.
Bro,
that's just a stupid analysis, bro.
For you guys,
the way he started off for us, he ripped half your backline and scored, bro. He ripped your whole backline.
Not just his debut, bro. His first couple of years for you guys, he was performing well. The last 2 to 3 seasons,
all right.
You guys there for what, 5-6 seasons?
Yeah, but then the last season he got 20 plus goals. The last season before last, he got 20 plus goals.
Before last, man.
Yeah, but not last season. Not last season. Last season he was injured for. Bro, you can't make.
Yeah, last season he was injured a lot.
Last season injured suspensions as well.
Starting. So why is this bloke starting?
He's back now. He's back now. He's back.
But you know what?
He hasn't proved nothing, man. He's back from what? What has he done?
Yeah, but you know what, Ferdi? I agree.
Back from injury, cars. What are you back from? Back from the nightclub? Fuck me, then.
I get what you're saying, Ferdi. I get what you're saying, bro. But when you have Cavani out, Rashford out, this is the time where you start Martial. Like, this is the time where he gets a chance.
Give Greenwood, bro. I'd rather give Greenwood a chance.
Yeah, but Greenwood played, bro. Cause Greenwood played. They always rotate. They always rotate.
I believe.
No.
Greenwood has a nine.
Martial needed to start. Much better, but listen, Martial needed to start this game. It was the right call. All right, and he didn't play well at all. But I would have given him a bit more time in this game as a striker, and we're losing or drawing. A bit more time. It takes 1 goal. You know, it's a shame. I hope he does get back to his best, but he's just a shadow.
I'd start Sancho and put Greenwood up front.
He should have started Sancho without.
Yeah, I don't know why Sancho hasn't started yet. I got no idea.
Yeah, it's 2 rounds in. Look, it's fine. I know what you mean. Like, Lukaku came 3 days in to training and he's starting for Chelsea straight away. I get it.
Scored a goal.
And he scored a goal. With Sancho, he wants to play. He's been training for 3 weeks now with United. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
But end of the day, it's Ollie's choice. Ollie decided not to start him.
Yeah.
Ollie decided to give Martial a start. And I guarantee you, everyone would have criticized Ollie. How come he didn't start Martial? This player is out. Everyone
Bro, you know, 100%. I just think.
And it flopped.
There's
a difference between I'll criticize him for this, like Ole for this game, because I do disagree with his lineup, etc. But that doesn't mean I'm criticizing him as being our manager. Like, there's a big difference there, and I think that the distinction needs to be made with the fans as well. Like, it's a shit game, fine, but like a player has a shit game, bro, dust it off, move on.
Yeah, but bro, I looked at last week's lineup, and I was more worried about seeing Danny James and Martial and Sancho on the bench and all these players starting. And then actually this week. So the lineup for me this week was fine. I just think the players that were on the field, you should be beating this Southampton team. There's no question about that. But just because it doesn't work out for you, let's not revert now back to fuck this player, fuck the manager, this player is rubbish. Because it's 2 games in, right?
100%.
Yes, the manager. We don't know why Sancho's not starting. Yeah. How many times I know we play Sunday League and it's not at the same level, absolutely not. But it's like you got a bit of an injury, you're close, yeah. Especially our league, yeah, 100%. But you got players that might be carrying a little knock or not feeling 100%. Let me only play this many minutes. I'll give you only half an hour to get them back into full fitness. Because the last thing you need, is
But Borcha, we're not getting signed for 70 million to play for Park Soccer. These guys
yeah,
get
but
paid.
I get you. But at the you know your body too, bro. You know your body too. You know like let me go.
He didn't get a lot of minutes in the Euros either.
Yeah, but he was away. I don't know what the whole thing about him being away was.
So I don't know if there's something. Yeah, I don't know, man, behind the scenes or whatnot. But
So I don't know if there was because I know there was one week that he was sick. Because I know.
Stop freaking out, bro. It's 2 games in. We've got 4 points in 2 matches. I'll take that, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, you wouldn't take that,
It
but
is
you'll
what it
take that.
is.
Yeah.
When I say is that what I mean is you brush it off, you move on to the next.
Yeah. Brush it off, because otherwise it's gonna turn into a Kevin George special. Ollie out.
Last thing, seriously, what's the go with this? I'm gonna say it every week until I see it. What's the go with this Donny van der Beek?
So guys on the bench when he wants to perform, he can come in and perform.
Why sign him if you're not going to play him? It's 2 seasons now. Let's see what happens with him this year.
This is his second
I
season.
don't know.
Hasn't been
But I
2
mean, 2
seasons.
seasons now. Let's say his second season. If he doesn't play this season,
Yeah, well,
it's like
you asked the question at the
Maybe I'd
end.
put him up striker instead of Martial. How about that?
yeah, that's why
Give
you're
me a
not a
bit of
manager.
gym.
That's why you're not in our pro clubs fucking game with us, bro.
But that was frustrating. I don't even support you guys, but watching and Bosch, you're probably right, bro. Just his attitude, it just frustrates me, man. Just watching him. If nothing's happening, he's looking at it.
When he banks 2 against you guys, when he banks 2 goals against you guys, he's gonna frustrate you even more. He's gonna
Shut
frustrate.
up and enjoy it, man. Honestly, you love to see it. Let him pop the dick every week.
I'm gonna clip this up, yeah, because next week when Martial gets a hat trick,
I hope Virgil gets injured again for the whole season.
Rami's got the curse on that. But yeah, like Rami said, brush this one off right underneath the carpet and go into the Arsenal and Chelsea game just before we wrap this one up, boys. We've seen Aubameyang on the bench, no Lacazette still. Ben White got COVID, or he was scared that Lukaku was playing. With Chelsea, Lukaku back in that blue top, and boys, this guy's like another animal. And I told you guys that in the preview, I go, this is the best peak form that Lukaku has ever been. People were telling me that he's not going to do the best. It might have been your brother, Rami. I'm not too sure. But I think he was saying something about Lukaku not being
I
great.
just found it funny that it's his 3rd time playing for the same club. That's what I found.
Yeah.
What's his second time, isn't it?
He's a 3rd time.
No, third.
What do you mean
It's
3?
like he's a 40-year-old. The guy's not even that old. 3rd time at the same club.
No, it's his second time. Where did he go? He
3rd.
That's his 3rd, but he didn't play 1 season for Chelsea.
He was on loan.
Out to West Brom.
Yeah,
and
West
he went
Brom.
to Everton.
You
and
can't
tried
count
for
that.
Everton.
You can't count
Yeah,
that as
that's his
him
third time.
on loan coming back. It's like Jesse Lingard is coming back now to United. You can't call it. It's 2 years. But it is what it is, bro. Lukaku was younger. Mourinho obviously didn't want to give him a chance. Now he's back at his peak form, and I think Chelsea have got him at the right time. And there's going to be a lot of...
The Mac is down. He's lean. He's looking good.
Yeah, well, he was at United. He was on the Nando's every day, like you said, with Luke Shaw, just kicking back.
Him and Luke Shaw,
Dinner dates, bro. Dinner dates with Luke Shaw. But boys, like you guys were saying in the preview, yeah? Like you guys were saying in the preview, Chelsea are looking dangerous and slowly.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah, even they had Pulisic
Big
out
game
in this
this
game. He got COVID. No worries. Have us come straight in. Fills that role. Kante was even on the bench. You had Jorginho in the midfield. Who else was there? Mason Mount. Mason Mount as well. But and also
the manager complements this team perfectly. They got the right man for the job.
Too sure.
Yeah.
But bro, look at their bench, man. Thiago Silva, Kante, Werner, Zuma, Chalobah, Chilwell, Ziyech. All these players are on the bench. All right, and that is just scary in itself, man. They've got a Champions League squad. I think they do.
Yeah. They just won it.
And they sign names, after they win Champions League too.
That's it.
We don't have that big money, bro.
The jab, bro. See that jab?
In all
serious,
hey,
We
boys,
need a Russian or a Sheikh.
in all seriousness, though, where does Arsenal go from here? Like, what's going to happen with Arsenal? It's the
Bring
magic
back
question.
Wenger. Bring back
In all seriousness, though, completely being serious. I know it's hard to be serious about Arsenal, but in all seriousness, where does something happen for Arsenal now? Like,
Arsenal didn't play too bad. They didn't play too bad.
Yeah, they didn't, to be
Honestly,
fair.
last night.
The first half, they had some chances, bro. To be honest, the first half they did.
They really did.
But I think it is.
And put some key plays in there. They score those goals, but they don't have.
Yeah, but I just think for me, what I noticed was they were trying to, the hype around Lukaku, that big hype that he's now stronger, powerful, he does all this, his attributes, all the pundits were speaking about, right? I think got a little bit into Arsenal's head. I think they were a little bit rattled. They were trying to put 2 or 3 players on him. Tierney was coming so far in, he was almost like a third centre midfielder, and they left Reece James out on the right completely free every single time. And that's why the first goal as well, Lukaku turns, bangs it in, and then the Reece James's goal, like when something like that happens, and I always bring it back to the Wan-Bissaka against RB Leipzig, the ball's always going to that side and you're too far in. And Angelino kept on getting the ball and whipping it in. The same thing happened here. Tierney was so far in, it was like where's the left back gone? Completely not even there. And that's how they copped their goals. Complete shambles.
Yeah, but I don't know. They're a mess, bro. But like, I know they played decent, a bit better. But come on, like, it's not hard to look a bit better than you did the previous week. You talk about like maybe the Lukaku hype, kind of shooken up a bit. Did Brentford coming back up to the Premier League shake them up last week when they lost 2-0? Like, I don't know, man. Like,
I think they're just a complete mess. They're a complete mess.
We can find
excuses,
right now, but they're a mess. Yeah, they're a mess.
No, of course. You're looking.
Arteta's not the guy.
Man, they just need to get rid of this little buzz in the first couple of rounds. Like, just grind the win out. I think it'll die off.
Yeah, I don't think. Again, same as United, Ferdy, I don't think the whole Arteta's not the man for the job talk. That's rubbish.
Arteta's been there now for how many seasons?
Yeah, but it's not about that.
He's been there too long.
Is absolute rubbish. It's not about
exactly.
Arteta.
But that's what I'm saying. Bringing through Arteta, who's never managed a club in his life, to come in and try and deal with the mess that Arsenal have is unfair. I'm not saying he's not a good manager.
Who wants that job? Exactly
no one,
right.
But that's the thing. But Arteta's not the guy. I feel bad for him, and he is a good manager.
Yeah, but all right.
Why isn't Arteta the guy?
Because you need a manager to come in, first of all, a little bit of experience, a little bit of a pool of players for a club that's much of in that mess, like a top 4 club like they were back in the
Sam Allardyce.
Sorry?
Sam Allardyce.
He'll do a better job, bro. I'll tell you what, the players will be more scared of him than
bro,
Arteta.
you know what it is?
Arteta's not the right man for Arsenal.
They don't got the players, bro. You can throw Pep in this team. He's not gonna do much, but they don't have the players. They're buying like
it's the owners.
They try to copy United and they brought out Odegaard in front of the fans as their new signing. Odegaard, like this is what Arsenal are doing now, and it's just one of them things where they just don't have the players. Players don't want to be there anymore. Lacazette's not done. You haven't sorted out his contract. A few like you're bringing in Chelsea rejects into your squad like Willian and all these guys that just don't cut it. You've gone now so far backwards that no matter what manager comes in, you're still gonna kind of be in that same scenario. To be fair, that's just the way I look at it. This squad needs to be stripped apart, and they need to bring new players in. It's the only way. Now, even I reckon Arteta, yeah, he might not be the guy, but he's not getting the tools. Like what? Party gets injured. Ben White, he gets injured. I don't even know, like Rami was saying last week, who are these other new signings that they have? We haven't even really seen them ever. They had that Saliba that they had that they bought last year, where he's left now. Guendouzi now he's gone as well to Marseille. Like you're getting rid of the wrong players. Their goalkeeper Martinez, you got rid of him to go to Arsenal. Leno is shocking. He's gone backwards. They spent 20 mil on what's his name, Ramsdale. You're spending 20 mil on a keeper, bro.
I think 30 mil. I think it was 30.
Stuff along them lines, you know what I mean? So,
but look, this week, I think we cut them some slack because they versed Chelsea and they've been rocked by COVID. Arteta, I don't think is the man for the job, and I agree with Fetty there for sure. Like they do need an older, more experienced manager because their team is so youthful. They need someone with much more experience than them. And but look, I think Arteta, should get fired, but he deserves to have his full team back for a couple of weeks.
Listen, bro, don't
give him this season.
Don't say Arteta out. I need to watch this documentary. Yeah, I want to see this All or Nothing documentary first before we get into this Arteta out business. Yeah, but look, Chelsea looking good. Yeah, boys. Just a quick final words on Chelsea. didn't look like they were. Look, there a few shaky moments, but nothing really too scary. Lukaku had another great chance to get his second goal off the crossbar. It was a great save by Leno, to be fair. Got to give him credit there. It was a good save by him. But yeah, look, Chelsea looking good, bro. I mean,
And again,
and I think Lukaku coming in just brings the fear now in other teams, especially in the team's backlines. And you're going to see that. I think you're going to see a lot of players trying to bring extra bodies back to try and mark Lukaku. And then you're going to have players like your wingers free. And that's how when Reece James got his goal. And so I think Liverpool Chelsea this week. Yeah, boys.
Yeah, this weekend.
2:30.
There you go. So that's going to be a cracker of a game there. We're going to see who for Jota versus Lukaku, who's going to get the most goals there. But
I've got a feeling Firmino will start that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big call. Yeah.
you don't know though. You don't know.
Firmino,
Jota's
Robbo,
been
stuff
getting
like
the
that.
numbers. Would Robbo start? I know, Damien, you said he shouldn't.
But I'd rather Robert.
Yeah, but Timicas up against Reece James will be a good challenge, to be fair.
You take Simicas over Robbo all day, I think.
But he's up against Reece James, so
No, but
Robert
been
match
injured,
fit,
man,
I'll
that's
take
why.
him every day of the week.
yeah. But look,
Robert was meant to be out until after the international break, so I don't even know how he was on the bench on the weekend. But
Yeah, me too. I was surprised about 2 years.
he was there for the
I
atmosphere.
don't know.
Let's assume Robbo is fully fit for the weekend. I would start him, even though he doesn't have the legs under him,
Yeah,
because he's got the experience in those games, and you can't deny him.
Yeah, if he's fully fit, it's a no-brainer. But right now, Simicas is hot. He's fresh, new signing.
Yeah.
He wants to prove it to everyone. And a Chelsea game is where you prove it, man. I'll tell you that much.
100%.
Yeah, 100%, boys. But yeah, guys, thanks again. Like I said, like, share, comment, all that sort of bullshit, boys. Thanks a lot for joining, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.
Yeah.